Hey everyone, Nicole DiBraccio, Vice President of Real Estate for Infinity Investing. We want to talk about a great strategy to get started as a real estate investor, and that is wholesaling, and why it is such a great strategy to get started. Even if you don't have the money, even if you don't have the credit, wholesaling is ultimately the strategy of putting a property under contract and assigning that contract, and you are getting paid for that assignment fee. So you find a piece of real estate at a discount. Let's say somebody's house is worth $220,000 and the sellers say, you know what, we're getting relocated for work, we only need $200,000. You say, great, I'm gonna put it under contract. Once you put that property under contract, you have the right to buy that piece of real estate for $200,000. What we're doing is we are selling that paper at a minimum. We suggest you make $5,000. Somebody pays you $5,000. They now have the right to buy that piece of real estate for $200,000. So they're going to pay $200,000 for the property, pay $5,000 to you. They'll pay $205,000 for a property that's worth $220,000. They're winning. You just made $5,000. You're winning, and the sellers just sold their property, so they're winning as well. You might say, but wait, Nicole, you say it's a great strategy to get started, that I don't need any money. What about earnest funds? There are ways around every single thing in wholesaling. A perfect example, every single agreement that I do, I always put that there is 5 business days for earnest money to be paid. And the reason why I do that ultimately is because I know that if I'm sending it out from a bank, it'll take a couple days to get it there. If I put that property under contract and I don't even want to put down earnest money, that means within those 5 business days, I need to sell that agreement so that the end buyer is coming in and putting up that earnest money in my position, in my place. There's 3 big keys to wholesaling. The first one is the agreement. You must have certain verbiage in that agreement that states you intend to sell it. In certain markets, without that verbiage, you might be breaking the law. You might even live in a state where right now they don't allow you to wholesale. Don't worry, we have a cool loophole for that and a different way of wholesaling. The second big key to wholesaling is people to sell the agreements to. And then the third one is the property. The reason why I've seen a lot of people try to wholesale, because the concept of it sounds so simple and basic, and they don't invest their time to learn the specifics of wholesaling, is they go and they find a great deal, they get that property under contract, and then they start to run around. Do you want to buy my contract? 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 That's not fair to the seller. See, every single thing we do in real estate is about helping others. If you want to be successful in this business, the more people you help, the more profits you make. And I personally do not believe that it is fair or ethical to tie up somebody's property if you have no clue what you intend to do with it. So one of the big keys is to first have the people that we intend to sell that property to. I want it to be that once you put a property under contract, you already know that you have multiple people to sell that contract to. And once we show you how to find the individuals to sell the contracts to, you're just simply going to ask them, what is in your buy box? What types of property are you interested in? Are you looking for cash flowing properties? Are you looking for properties to flip and rehab? Once we know what each one of our buyers are looking for, we then go out and we specifically are looking for properties that fit their criteria. Another big mistake that wholesalers tend to make is they just take everything and they see what sticks against a wall. If something doesn't fit in someone's buy box, don't waste their time. If somebody says, I only want cash flowing opportunities, your job as a wholesaler is to show them why that property cash flows. If they're looking to flip properties, your job is to show them why that fits within their criteria. That's why as a wholesaler, it is important to understand other strategies. It's important to understand the numbers and cash flow and what properties are renting for. It's important to understand what our cost basis is, the purchase price, the money that's going to go into the property, and what the ARV, which is the after repair value of that property, so that you can show somebody what their potential profit is going to be. And then when we're looking for properties, there's a lot of creative ways. We're really looking for our most motivated sellers. These are individuals that have gone through divorce, people that have filed for divorce. It is the number one reason in the United States why people discount their properties. People that are in a distressed situation, people that have had some type of life happen to them and they are motivated to sell and they are willing to sell at a discount. Some of these sellers are just people that don't want to work with realtors. They don't want their house listed on the open market. They just want to know that somebody is coming in and that they will have an offer and they can get that property sold. And that's ultimately what we are doing as wholesalers. And again, it is extremely important to understand the other strategies that are associated to wholesaling so that each step can be made properly when wholesaling. If this is something that sounds interesting to you, you know you want to get into real estate, you either want some extra money to go into your pocket, or we have a lot of people that learn to wholesale to find the opportunities, to find the deals, to then keep them for themselves, keep them for their own portfolio. But if this does sound interesting, make sure that you attend one of our Infinity Investing events so that you can learn even more about it. Looking forward to seeing you at upcoming events. Thanks so much.